Start with who uses project management. We have already discussed the key resource areas and key areas of project management, and now there are some other things because in project management as I have said that I will discuss the theoretical parts before and then we'll do the problem solving. So we'll finish the theory part first and then we'll go to the problem solving part. So, who uses project management? Nearly everyone, to some degree. To some degree, people plan their days, their weeks, their vacations, and their budgets, and keep a simple project management form known as to-do list. So we decide what to do during the day, or you plan. So that's a kind of small kind of project management that you can say. As I've said that every day when while coming to the college you plan. So although the steps are quite similar and we have defined in case of project management that it's a unique and time bound activity, but yes, every day the travel is unique in a sense when you come to the college, because every day it does not take the same amount of time. Maybe you take the same route, you don't get the same auto or same bus, but more or less similar kind of job that you have to do. And uh, and see, you plan your vacations, and while planning in your vacations you make the budget and try to, when you actually go for the uh, vacation to in a tour, then you try to maintain the budget whatever you have planned. So that's a kind of a small kind of project management that you can say. Or the example that we have given, that we have this marriage of your sister, so that's a kind of project management we talk about. There are several uh, so in a smaller manner, most of us use project management. But in our case, we say project is generally large scale, and most different kinds of resources are used in case of project management, and money, material, uh, human resource, technology, all these things are involved. So and any process or means used to track task or effort towards accomplishing a goal could be considered as project management. So we have already defined the project initially, that there is a goal that we need to achieve, and to achieve that goal several tasks, several jobs are to be completed, and money, resource, and other materials are involved to be used to reach that kind of goal. So uh, generally, most of the time, all of us use the project, small kind of project, but uh, in true sense, we talk about projects uh, where a uh, large scale involvement is there. Okay. So who uses project management? Then why project management is used? It is necessary to track or measure the progress we have achieved towards the goal we wish to accomplish. So every step we have, I think we have already discussed these things stepwise. What is the performance? There is a benchmark. You know what is a benchmark or threshold? You know what is benchmark? Can somebody say what is a benchmark? What a benchmark is? Can somebody please say what a benchmark is? Hello?
सब कुछ नया रिकॉर्ड बनाना.
नया रिकॉर्ड बनाना. No, actually, benchmark is setting a target. Say, setting a target, say say before the night of your exam. Say next day you have a project management exam. So you say next day you have to go out. Say your exam starts from 2 o'clock, and you have to reach the college by say 1:30. Please think about what I'm saying. So and it takes 1.5 hours. So by 12 you have to go out. So in the morning you will study for say 3 hours, suppose. So what you decide, so today at night I will study up to this. I have to somehow complete up to this portion. So that's a benchmark. And you try to, you put your effort, complete effort to reach to that particular target. So that is the benchmark that you set, and you use your resources, your ideas, your your activities to reach reach to that target that you have set. So benchmark, and obviously it's not key you can only reaching there is the point, but uh, with reaching there with quality, quantity, and other things in mind. It's not key I'll reach there. It's not like that. It is like studying in such a way so that you can answer the questions uh, within that particular portion up to in such a way so that you will be able to answer the question. So that's how you target. Your quality should be your your benchmark is set somewhere, and you try to achieve the target. It's not key any way or the other. Achieving the target or achieving the benchmark is not only the criteria, but achieving with quality, achieving with quantity, that is the criteria. Otherwise, in the next day when we, if you do not study well and completed that topic, then next day you will, when the question comes, if you cannot answer the question correctly properly, then you will say, okay, I have reached the benchmark but not qualitatively. I haven't studied it well, so that I am forgetting those things. So that's a kind of benchmark that we are talking about. Setting a target and fulfilling it is kind of benchmark. We use project management to aid us in maximizing and optimizing our resources to accomplish our, see, maximizing and optimizing our resources. That's important. If we have said optimum utilization of resources is always important. Whatever resources, if I am paying money for, or I have paid money, or some companies have hired me to do my job, I have to do the job properly. I have to do in such a way so that whatever resources are there required, and whatever resources are gathered for doing the project are to be used optimally, so that nothing can goes wasted. Wastage is a bad thing that can happen. Resources needed to be utilized properly. Unless it is utilized properly, uh, then the justification, then the cost cannot be, then the cost will be increased, and maybe sometimes the project may get delayed. So optimize or maximum utilization of resources to accomplish the goal is one of the important targets. Okay. So next topic that we will discuss is how much time does project management take? Obviously, it depends upon what kind of project you are talking about. Obviously, it depends upon, see, what kind of project you are talking about, and how much its implementation planning. I think in a later, I think I have a. I'll just show you. Let's see. Let's see. There is a, yes. See, this is a. Can you see this uh, graph where we are discussing the phases in project life cycle? I'll come to that. First, let me finish that particular. Uh, yes. So not much. Probably more time is wasted as a consequence of lack of project management tool than it's spent in plan adequately, organize, control effectively, and measure appropriately. So what it's trying to say that if you use project management and project management tools, then a bigger job, a large scale job can be done more effectively, plan adequately. Otherwise, the wastage, lots of wastage can happen. So, if you do not plan without doing the planning, proper organizing, proper measurement and control techniques, if you are trying to do the job without thinking too much and without planning, without organizing, and then more time will be wasted than rather than an effective way of doing the project. That is uh, that is what it's trying to say. If you can organize and plan adequate accordingly, then the jobs becomes much more easier. And that's why it is saying not much. Not much means you have to plan adequately, give proper time in planning, then execution becomes easier. Then because while planning you try to think about what are the difficulties that may appear, and you are already ready. You have talked about the issues, resource areas, key. So if you think of all those things while planning, then you know what could be the possible solutions. You have already written down. You have made the reports about that, and you can take action accordingly. You can take the actions accordingly. How much time, how long it will take to complete? So as long as there are things to do. So you have to keep on doing unless you achieve your goal, unless the target is achieved. So you have to keep on doing it. So let's go to that particular uh, figure that I was showing, like this one. Yes. So this particular graph shows the different phases in project life cycle. A project like similar to that of product life cycle. In marketing, you have studied product life cycle. So in project life cycle, it is similar, where how the project spans. So there are five main phases in a uh, project life cycle. First one is the conception phase. Means uh, something comes to the mind of the company boss, because of the, I think I have shown other yes, see, this is the uh, first figure that I have shown earlier. See, issue directive, identify goals. See here in the can you see the top of the enterprise goals objectives? So in the enterprise goals objectives and the, see, this is the feedback part, consultants, contractor, suppliers. So when company thinks it is necessary to do something like new product launch is a new project. In case of marketing, there is a new product launch when people or when the companies decide to product launch a new product. When in a product life cycle at the end of the uh, like similar kind of graph, at the end the figure comes to the sale becomes almost standstill, there is no growth. Then some innovativeness is required, so that uh, new products needed to be launched, otherwise people are not buying the product. So for that, the feedback from the market is required. So people are not buying the product, people are looking for something new, and that is the point of time the company decides, okay, now is the time to go for a new product. So that directive, then the directive is issued. So the team is gathered and the directive is issued. So you are given say 6 months time to or 3 months time, depending upon what kind of product and what will the, so to get a new product, to make a new product. And that is what is the conception phase. So conception phase means some idea comes to the mind that something new has to be done or something is to be done. So that is the, see, can you see my mouse? Can you see my mouse? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So so this is the conception phase. Conception phase, then the definition phase. Definition phase is where we try to figure out, okay, new product launched, so what is the new product that would be launched, like Surf Excel. After 6 months a new packet is being used. Once upon a time, means 3 4 years back, every 6 months a new Surf Excel or Surf Excel Bright, whatever, something given new name or some new particles are being added to that. So that people, mostly the basic things are same, but a new packaging, new kind of branding was done to 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 make it uh, more for the uh, for the consumer, to make it more acceptable to the consumers. So in the conception phase the idea comes, in the definition phase the idea is being developed, and in the planning and organizing, see, we have in the x-axis and y-axis. In x-axis there is time, and in y-axis there is level of effort. So in the conception and definition phase the effort is less, and the planning and organizing, see, time is quite a lot, effort is quite less, but time is taken quite a lot, because building up, and when implementation phase the 85% effort is there. 85% effort is in the implementation, means actual doing, actual working on. Think about the examples that we have taken, like the sister's marriage. The planning was the most important. What to do, what are the different activities. We have broken down the activities, then the budget, then the time, by what time we have to complete the booking of the marriage hall, then when we will be going to the buying the gold ornaments and marketing, and actually gold ornament marketing and catering. So all these are the implementation, part of the implementation, all of them. But planning was more elaborate, so that if you can do the planning more elaborately, then you will be less stuck, you will be doing the jobs more smoothly. So planning and organizing phase, where resources are to be organized after actual, and then actual implementation starts, where most of the effort is being utilized, and after the job is done, then is the cleanup phase. Means like auditing and dismantling the things. We will be discussing that in a later part, but Acha. So how much does time the project management, we have already talked. So why is project management important? Why is project? Let's take another break, almost 10 minutes. Next is, why is project management important? I think we have already discussed all these things, talked about the unique task, specific objectives, variety of resources, the time. These are all the characteristics of project management, and enables us to map out a course or action on a work plan. So plan, phase, we are repeating these terms again and again. So uh, it's a systematic work plan, and as I have said it earlier, that in case of a project, for execution, the organization is done in such a way that everybody is, people from every department comes together, and in flow of information goes through the each and every person in the team, in such a way so that what is to be done, how it is to be done, all the information are uh, passed on to the workers, to the executioners, so that the project can be uh, done properly and effectively. And uh, after the project is finished, the they can go back to their respective departments and with rich experience how they have done and what is they have learned by doing the project, and those experience can be shared with their co-workers in their respective department, and those experiences can be used in the next project when they again come together to do another project. So, project management, why it is important, we have already talked about this. And advantages of project management is in inbuilt monitoring and sequencing. Means obviously we have talked about sequencing of the jobs which are to be done one after the other, and how the job, one particular job is dependent upon the other, and constant continuous monitoring is there. You have to always look at what was being targeted, what was say, what was the benchmark, and how much the achievement was there, where is the difference, whether any difference is there and why is the difference. So all these are the learning curves. Before execution some benchmark was set, and after execution it is measured whether the benchmarks that was set, whether they are achieved or not. If it is achieved, well and fine, good. If it is not achieved, what is the reason why it is not achieved? Whether the assessment was wrong, whether the resources was less, reason, and the uh, that's what the auditing is all about. Then activity-based costing. I think finance students may help me in this regard. What is ABC? This is another ABC, isn't activity-based costing? Can somebody say something about that? What is activity-based costing? Huh? Activity-based costing is you have to plan the budget according to what are the activities, and stepwise, not all the budget, all the money will be given as a whole at one time. No, phase wise, particular phase, what are the different activities, and what will be the costing, what are the corresponding amount of money and other, not only the money but also the other resources are required. So you break down what we have talked about, work breakdown structure, we have talked about uh, uh, activity breakdown structure. So you break the whole project is broken down smaller modules, and the modules are also broken down to some smaller activities. And for a particular module, then the costing is done. What are the resources that are required? I think we have discussed all this earlier in key areas of project management. So I'm not repeating them again. So preempting unnecessary activity or expenditure. Preempting means whatever, identifying the unnecessary activities and expenditure and trying to remove them. So that is preempting the unnecessary activity, if at all there is any unnecessary activities, and how we can remove them while planning. That is also important part. Then timely completion of the project, because otherwise if you cannot complete the project in time, there will be some penalty associated with it, and you may get, you may not be able to get the incentive associated with the project. You may not be given a boot, means you uh, maybe may not be given the responsibility of the second project in the near future. And so there are different uh, possibilities, and assigning the task which who will be the responsible persons for different uh, activities. Like I think if you remember the example that we have talked about, the marriage of your sister, of our sister. So you are the boss, you are the project manager, you are the executioner, or your responsibility is to complete the project within the period of time and effectively. And then you have selected your team and you have given the responsibility of marketing to somebody else. So you are assigning the task, responsibility, and to to a particular person, and that person is to report to you, and any difficulty you have to handle together. And see, reporting, see, every activity is needed to be reported and checked according to the benchmark. What was being suggested planning is during the planning, whatever planning was done, and report report make the report, planning report, and while execution, uh, whether it is corresponding reports are to be made, and then it has to be checked whether the planning and planning report and execution report are similar or not, and if there is any difference, then what was the difference and how this difference can be has happened. uh, so road to better project management are to rest. So last thing that we will discuss is the how we can do better project management or road to better project management. Yes, find a project plan that fits your style of project management needs. Means you try to do what you are comfortable with. If you are given the responsibility to handle some project, then you try to choose your own team, and you try to do what is you know yourself. Hopefully you are a sane person, you know yourself, you can judge yourself, and you can find what is best for you, so accordingly you can plan. So a particular project which is best suits your style of working, you try to do that kind of project. You do not say, if you are having a construction. I think somebody is talking, please switch off your uh, uh, and what I was just trying to say is that if you are having a construction company, so please try to stick to project with construction. If you are having uh, uh, event management company, so try to stick to the kind of uh, event management project which is related to event management. So try to do that project which you are capable of doing. Do not try to experiment too much, because lots of resources are at stake, lots of money, lots of resources are at stake. That's the first point. Then it may be as simple as creating templates, forms, and spreadsheet to track tasks. So if you can organize properly, if you can plan properly, then the process becomes simple. We have already said that. Formation of a project management committee. Yes, the team, the core team who will be the decision makers is important. So you have to select a team, a committee who will be given the responsibility along with the project manager, a team of responsible persons from each and every department related to the project, and they will choose their corresponding team members. So this will help regarding the flow of information, flow of tasks, flow of jobs to be done, what are the risks associated. Proper information flow would be there in that case. Listing out all tasks and subtasks to accomplish a goal. Yes, that's what we have done in the first class. If you remember, when when we were talking about the marriage, sister's marriage. So what are the activities? So we have listed out, if you remember, booking, manage all. Then we have arranged the order. So what is dependent on what is dependent upon which activities to be done first, then what is next, then what and what. Then we have put down the some time frame. See, jot down the time period and person responsible against each task and subtask. This is what we have done actually, while giving the example of the sister of marriage of your sister, of our sister. So this is how to do it. Then identify the project management manager. So after you write down all the jobs responsible, and obviously most competent person who can handle the project should become the project management manager. As you have said, you are a student of MBA and you are learning about the project, so you will be taking the responsibility of your sister's marriage, because as a management student you have to make decisions. You have to make decisions, and you are learning in your class how to make best possible decisions, how to utilize the resources. So in your MBA class, in your management studies, you are learning all these things. So similarly, for a project, it is important to find out who could be the best project management manager. Then identify the task managers means, as I've said, we are broken down in different modules. So one module or one task, who will be handling what particular module or task. Then you have to identify the different modules and different corresponding their managers, task managers, who will be responsible for the different modules. And sequence the activities in relation to the time period, time frame. So total time is 6 months. So which activity will require what amount of time? So you have to break down the whole time period in different segments, and it is the task responsibility of the task manager to complete the job within the period of time. And if they cannot do it, they have to face the music, and they have to either they have to complete their job in their present to the PMC, means project management committee, how the process would go, how the process would go, and finalize by reaching an agreement and start work. Finalize by reaching an agreement. Yes, when you are doing it for some other organization, then obviously a contract agreement, all those things are important. So the job can only start after the agreement is reached, and then only you can start the work. So these are the basic how to become good project management, or how the road to better project management. So if you can follow these steps, then project management can be done in a this way, better way.